Hello everyone, can you believe it? We've made it all the way to episode 2 of the Quick Talking podcast. Today is a very special episode because both myself and Owen are ill. Owen more so than me. Owen, what have you been doing this week?
Sleeping, mostly. It's been a lot of fun because when I haven't been sleeping, I've been catching up on things that we're going to be discussing today.
Yes, yeah. And that's about it, is it? Just...
Sleep, working, sometimes. I don't lead a very interesting life.
Right.
This podcast is probably about as interesting as it gets at this point.
Okay, fair enough. Well, I've rewatched all of season 7 of Game of Thrones somehow in the last week. I rewatched Goodfellas last night. It's now on Netflix. Anyone who hasn't seen Goodfellas needs to watch it. It's absolutely iconic. I absolutely adore that film. And most importantly, something I was really excited for, a small indie band from Staines released a brand new single called Cameraman. The band's called The Young. It was actually a really good song. I was supposed to go see them live the day after, but I ended up not being able to. You're right. I did get drunk. That wasn't why I couldn't go though.
I now understand. Were you fishing for me to tell them really what I've been up to? Right, so I failed my driving test.
That wasn't what I was fishing for.
Oh, right.
But
okay.
You can tell them that now.
Okay, that's fine. I got 6 minors and I cocked up the parallel park. Told me to do it on it was a small curb. So you know when you're driving onto like your driveway, it's a dipped curb.
Yeah.
He told me to treat it like it was a full curb, and there were 2 cars coming the other direction while I was midway through the manoeuvre, and I went onto the curb and didn't realise. I then fixed it by coming off and redoing it, but because I, in quotations, curbed the car, even though it was completely safe, I failed the test.
So what I'm hearing is I'm still going to have to pick you up
Correct.
in order to do this.
You're completely right. Well, I mean, you should be moving soon, so it should be easier for me to get over to your location or you over to me.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, I do move out at the end of the week. Very sad.
End of an era.
Yeah, I suppose. Yeah, okay. So that's our week. Not that any of you cared, not that there's any of you listening. I think it's just... I'll give him a shout out. Hello, Aaron. I think it's pretty much just you listening in a minute. Anyway, so tonight we're going to be talking about the Nintendo Direct. We're a bit late to this now. I think it was about a week and a half ago. And I meant to say at the end of last week's episode, but we intend to talk about Umbrella Academy this week in some detail.
That new Netflix thing that everybody's talking about.
Yeah, nobody's talking about it, are they? It's weird that nobody's talking about it. Anyway, yeah, we'll cover that last. So for now, we'll delve into the Nintendo Direct. I probably should have been organised and got up this overview of it before we started recording.
Yes, I need to look for it too.
Yeah.
It was February the 27th, was it?
It was indeed.
Oh wait, no, that was the...
Or was that the Pokemon one?
That was the Pokemon Direct.
Spoilers, that was the Pokemon one.
Which is what we will be getting onto after that.
Yes. So it's the 2nd of the 3rd... No. Yeah.
13th of February.
Yes, that's it.
Cool, gotcha. I just need to relive this. Let's first off, we'll go into it exactly how Nintendo did Mario Maker.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. So we were talking about this on the way over, weren't we? I've never played the first one. You have.
Yes, I was one of the unlucky few. I say unlucky few. I bought into Nintendo's new Wii thing.
Wii U, yeah, I had one of those, yeah.
And, one of the only good games on the console was Mario Maker, which I bought as soon as it came out. I thoroughly enjoyed it. Great game.
It looks good, yeah. I mean, it looks like there's a lot of those levels that sort of play themselves that doesn't interest me that much. But otherwise, I'm into it. The only thing I'm curious about...
Yes.
Obviously, we're both Switch fans. We got it pretty much as soon as it came out.
Correct.
We've loved it. It's my favourite console, I assume.
It is my favourite console as well.
There is one key thing about the Switch, though, that the Wii U had and it doesn't. A stylus.
Gotcha.
This game kind of rests on the touchscreen.
Yes. So, yeah, it's going to be... Same sort of situation. So the other thing is when you did Mario Maker on it actually came out on the 3DS as well. I don't know whether you knew that.
I did not.
So there was a port that went onto the 3DS, but which worked in the same way as the Wii U version. But you'd have because the Wii U was you'd have the TV and you'd also have the gamepad as well. You would have all of the build functions on the gamepad, and then you would have the main view on the TV as well, which obviously this isn't going to have, because you can only have it in handheld mode or docked.
Yes, yeah.
So, yes, it's going to have to rely on the controls, which I think will be alright whilst it's in dock mode, and you'll be able to use the touchscreen, I can imagine, in handheld.
Yeah. Yeah, so look, when I was looking at because they released a little bit of gameplay footage, it seemed to be that it was going to rely more on the joystick controls and the buttons rather than touchscreen.
Yep.
Which I can actually see being less efficient.
Oh yeah, it probably will.
Yeah. But either way, I'm intrigued. I'll get it. And I'm the sort of person that enjoys making my own levels and things. Have you heard one of the new features is they've added slopes?
Yes.
That's ridiculous.
See, and the odd thing is I didn't even realise slopes weren't in it until people started making a fuss about it. Like, completely passed my mind. I didn't even think that they weren't in the original.
Revolutionary. Welcome to 2019, boys and girls.
We have slopes.
That's all I've got to say about Mario Maker 2. We'll both buy it. We'll probably talk about it when it comes out.
Yes, I'm really looking forward to it. The reason why I'm more looking forward to it is because it's coming to more of the mainstream. Like, not a lot of people got a Wii U.
Yeah, you're right.
A lot of people have got a Switch, so I think
there'll be more levels, I suppose.
It's going to be a console seller as well.
Yes, yeah, they'll probably do.
All of the people that were interested in the Wii U version that haven't got a Switch yet, they'll probably switch over for it. Switch.
Calling it now. Golden Joy-Cons will come out with it.
Oh.
Calling it now.
I'll buy them.
I don't know why they haven't done custom. Sorry, we're steering off of this now. Why have they not done custom Joy-Cons? Have you seen that fan art?
Yeah.
Where it's like the different Mario characters Joy-Con. They look so good.
And it's odd because they did them with the Wiimotes, because I have a Luigi Wiimote.
Yeah, I wonder if they're just biding their time. I don't know why they would do that though. I don't know. But I would spend stupid amounts of money on custom Joy-Cons.
Yeah. We're going way past the point now. What else was there?
So the next bit was Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3.
Right.
Which is called the Black Order.
Cool.
Apparently nobody gives a shit about. Well, we do. It's like, it's kind of upsetting. I'm excited for this.
So I don't know a lot about it. I'm looking forward to it because it's Marvel, and I'm a fanboy of Marvel. Not even ashamed to say it.
Yeah.
But as far as I'm aware, doesn't it come from mobile games originally? The Ultimate Allegiance.
No.
Okay, in which case I'm horribly misinformed.
No. So one, it's called Ultimate Alliance, not Allegiance.
Sorry.
You've got it there in front of you.
Yes. I haven't got my glasses on.
So, what console was it I played it on last? I think Ultimate Alliance 2 was on Xbox 360.
Oh, right.
And I might be getting it mixed up, but I'm pretty sure it was the comic Civil War storyline.
Oh, right.
And it was done with all the characters. You had people like Spider-Man and Deadpool and Wolverine, and everyone was mashed in together.
Right.
And it was one of those games that pretty much every kid loved.
Right.
Like, because you got to play as all your heroes. And it's pretty simple, but it's good. The only thing about the new one that is shaking me a little bit, and it might just be the art style, but it doesn't look like a 2019 game.
Right.
Like, graphically, I don't think it's that.
Oh, no, yeah, you're right. I'm just watching through the trailer now. It looks a little bit behind.
Yeah,
like you said, Xbox 360 gen.
Yeah, I mean, it might be the art style.
It could be.
But as long as the gameplay is good, I don't really care. I mean, I still play Oblivion. Look at that mess.
People aren't necessarily coming to the Nintendo Switch for, high resolution gameplay.
Yeah, you're right. And you know what I'm most excited for with this, and actually it's one of the reasons I love the Switch so much, is quite often I like to just play a simple, story-driven game that isn't... I'm getting bored of open world games.
Fair enough.
I'm getting bored of directionless games. Whereas something basic that just takes you through your... You know what? I kind of miss Call of Duty campaigns. You had no power there.
Yeah, fair
You just
enough.
ran and had a bit of fun, and like, it'd be nice to jump back into something like that. So I'm hoping that's what this is, and yeah, I will get it.
I'll have a look into it.
Yeah.
It's an RPG, so it interests me, at least in that sense.
Yes.
But yeah, it's not what I thought it was.
Okay.
That's a completely different franchise.
Yes, I know what you're talking about as well. So the next thing was Box Boy plus Box Girl.
I didn't play the original. I'm not really that interested in it, to be honest.
I have no interest. Just skim over.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
There's a spring update to Smash Bros. I don't know if you saw this.
I might have done.
So the reason you can't remember is because, right, so do you remember when they initially announced Smash Bros. And they did like a 40-minute rundown of what all the controls did and everything? They went really in depth.
Yes.
This, they told you absolutely nothing. They go, there's an update coming and we're not going to tell you what's in it or what it's for, but it's like 3.0. Yeah.
3.0.
They just, that's it. That's all they tell you.
It's 40 seconds. That's it.
They don't tell you anything.
A big question mark. So even they, I don't think they know.
Yeah. Yeah, they've just gone, we're going to announce this thing that we don't know what it is and you don't know what it is. And we're all like...
Oh, Joker. Okay, Challenger Pack 1. So, Joker, that was...
I'm talking shit then.
But no, but there's other stuff as well.
Right.
That's what they're trying to say, is they've come up with a new character to put in. That's fine, but we've got other stuff to add to it as well.
Okay.
Fair enough. Oh, and they released a few new amiibos as well, if you're interested in those at all. I have like 3.
Yeah, I always wanted to get into them, but I never did.
They're also really expensive to get into as well.
Yeah, and I'm an adult.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, sure. Sure. Okay, fine. I mean, yeah, who would ever have any of those?
Sort of thing. If I had my own place and I had a game room, I'd use them to decorate that. But otherwise,
Yeah.
I don't. Yeah. Next was Captain Toad Treasure Tracker. I can't remember if it was an update or a new game, but essentially they've added co-op.
Yeah, it's a new game for the Switch.
Yeah.
They released it for the Wii U, another Wii U title. Did it come out for 3DS? I can't remember. But
yeah, I think it did.
New title, co-op. It's actually a lot of fun. My mate Josh got it.
I like it.
It's a lot of fun. So I might buy it this time around. It's just because I didn't buy a lot of the games for the Wii U because it was so expensive for a console that nobody really loved. So I have very few games for it, but now that it's on the Switch, a little bit more inclined to do so.
I'm intrigued at it being co-op, yeah. Because puzzle games I find are more fun with someone.
Yeah.
Sort of thing you can casually sit down and enjoy. So yeah, I might jump in. I might wait to see what it's like first. Well, I mean, if it's going to be one of those ones where they bring it out at 55 quid and my pocket says no.
Yes.
Like...
There are some games that you can justify that money for, others not so much.
A lot of them not so much.
This will be one that maybe around Christmas time, when it's on sale for like 35 quid, maybe 30.
Even 35 seems steep.
Yeah, actually, it depends how they release it, because some of the lesser titles have been going down in price, especially on release. Ooh. So it might be affordable. But that's completely down to how they price it.
Okay, we've got Igavania.
Right.
Do you know what that is?
Oh
no,
Bloodstained.
Yeah, Bloodstained. Okay.
No.
Skim.
Yeah,
cool.
Skim. Is that Dragon Quest?
I think that is Dragon Quest. Yeah.
I used to play it. Haven't played it in a while. Might have a look at it.
I've never been into it. Yeah, Dragon Quest Builders 2. I think it's an update.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Builders 1 was supposed to be very good.
I have heard the Builders things are good. But like I said, I've never dove in. Maybe if I get a great recommendation from you, but...
Oh, yeah. Okay. If I buy it, then I'll let you know. I forgot to say. Some. Did you ever play that?
I hadn't, no.
Okay, good. You don't want to. Next question.
Okay, so Starlink has announced... well, it's I think that's a new game, isn't it? And
yes.
It's part of the Star Fox series. I've only ever liked the Star Fox sort of universe in terms of Smash Bros. Because I like playing as the characters. Otherwise,
Yeah, I'm the same.
Get out of here.
It's past both mine and your generation. It was N64 last time they had a good Star Fox game.
I had an Nintendo 64. Sit down.
So you're a hipster, that's what you're saying.
I do currently have one, but I had one when they were the mainstream thing. Right, you need to go fuck yourself.
Shut up, you must have been born around the time the GameCube came out.
I remember I used to play at co-op with Leo. I'm not that much younger than you. Okay. I used to play at co-op with Leo, and we could never work out how to hold the controller.
It was an odd one.
It was all about Diddy Kong Racing, which needs a comeback.
No, yeah, you're right. I can agree on that.
That was insane. And why Mario Kart's never made like the jump to planes and stuff, I don't understand. But
it would become a Sonic game at that point, because Sega have their
Sega All Stars, which is also good.
Yeah, you're right. I like it.
Yeah,
but
right, we got some more anime crap. Rune Factory 4.
I don't know. It's out of my domain.
This is usually up your alley.
Yeah, I know, but I haven't really paying attention.
But there's Asian women with their breasts out on the front.
That's Aaron's domain. That's not me. Shut up.
I don't know what this next thing is. So I have to click it. Oninaki launch. Yeah, we don't know.
Yeah, probably not.
Mm-hmm. Yoshi's Crafted World.
I'll buy it. Oh, I loved Woolly World. That was great on the Wii U. I got that gifted to me for Christmas one year. Such a fun game.
I never jumped in, but I'm always interested in a Mario property. So again, I might get Woolly World if it's gone down in. It's not on Switch, is it?
No, it's on the Wii U.
You wait, we'll get a re-release.
Yeah, possibly.
Yeah.
No, you're probably right.
Now, this is something I want to talk to you about. Have you seen this, Tetris 99?
No, I haven't.
Right, okay. Are you sitting comfortably?
I am.
It's Tetris
Right.
Battle Royale.
Are you fucking serious?
I'm 100% serious, and it actually looks good.
Really?
Yes. Yeah. So, like...
It's a Battle Royale.
So, you're playing Tetris, and you can see... Well, I suppose it's 98 other players around you. And you've got to last as long as possible, and you can get like power-ups to like sabotage other people, and you can see people who are about to sabotage you. And there's people that have already played it at like early things. It's supposed to be quite fun.
That's quite fun.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I'm as much as it's a meme at this point, I'm into it, kind of.
Okay.
I don't know if I'll jump in. I don't know how much it's going to cost. Any more than £10,
not worth it.
I'm not buying it.
Fair enough. Yeah, I can appreciate that.
So then we've got Dead by Daylight.
Yeah.
Do you know anything about this?
No, not at all.
I don't know.
Survival game, I assume? Yeah, kill, survival, die. Okay.
Oh, I do know about this. It's one of, that Friday the 13th game where everyone's running around and there's one player playing as the bad guy. And
right, yeah.
It's like that. I think people have played this early access.
Okay.
And it doesn't look good. It looks like a bad version of that Friday the 13th one.
Cool.
So, yeah, I wouldn't worry about it too much. I've closed my browser, so do you want to announce the next thing?
There is from the creator of Undertale comes...
Oh, God.
What is it? Is it Rune or something?
Under Rune, something like that.
Jeez, why?
No, it's not Under Rune. Come on, let's have a look.
I can't. It doesn't give you the actual... Well, it probably will give you the actual name. What is it?
I've heard so much about this, and it's annoying me I don't know the name. Deltarune.
Deltarune.
Yeah.
Chapter 1. Okay, so it's going to be probably a 4-part series. Let's be real.
I'm going to be very bold and say that the internet's going to lose their mind over this.
No, they will, definitely.
And I'm going to be very bold and say I'm never, ever going to play or look at playing this game.
Good. Fair. I respect that decision.
First one I had no interest in, and I still don't.
I know a lot of fanboys for Undertale.
I'm sure you do.
Oh God, yeah, my friends, they live on the very dark parts of the internet, and I think Undertale is it was a godsend. It's not. It's an alright game. Wouldn't say it's terrible. Wouldn't say it's amazing. But yeah, no.
I like the music, even though it's a meme. I'm kind of into that.
Fair enough.
Yeah. But yeah, no interest.
Yeah, not really at all. I'll see what my friends say.
So what's Demon Machina? I know nothing about this. It says there's a demo on the eShop. Maybe we'll both play it and talk about it next week.
Yes. Otherwise, I have nothing to talk about.
Yeah, I don't know anything about Realistic racing headed for Nintendo Switch. Grid Autosport.
Oh, Grid. Right. That could be interesting. We haven't got a racing game for the Switch yet, have we?
I've not played a good racing game since Need for Speed Underground, which was like 2011.
Fair enough.
I'm into this. I wanted to jump in on the crew back when that was a thing, but yeah, no, I could get back into racing games. I used to love racing games when I was a kid.
If it's decent, fair enough. Although my only gripe with it is it's a racing game and the Switch barely puts out 60 half the time.
I don't care about that. If you make the game fun enough, racing games don't need to be that amazing. Like, I would say the best racing game ever made, in my opinion, is Need for Speed Carbon. These days that looks like a cartoon, but I think it's still spectacular. Right, we've also got Hellblade, Senua's Sacrifice.
I have no idea.
Yeah, skim.
A Nintendo Switch game lineup grows stronger. Cool. Astral Chain?
Don't care.
Yeah, okay. And then the one that we probably both care about.
Yeah.
Link's Awakening?
Link's Awakening.
Yes. I played the original. It's great. Love it. Can't wait. And plus, the way that they introduced it, perfect.
I never played it.
Have you not?
I was busy playing Majora's Mask still.
Fair enough.
So, yeah. So the only Zelda games I've ever played are Majora's Mask and Breath of the Wild.
Okay.
I've also gone back and played the original one for was it the NES?
Yep.
Since I'm into this, I'll jump in.
Yep.
It looks interesting, weird. Weird's my shit. So
the top-down ones have always been quite fun. So I'm looking forward to it, and I'd like the art direction of both the game and the teaser trailer, because a lot of people are thinking that the art direction for the teaser trailer are going to be the same sort of cutscenes that will be in the game. Which,
okay.
If they are, great, love it, perfect. Well done, Nintendo. Well done. Good job.
Yes. No. So that Nintendo Direct was good, and that was on the 13th of the 2nd.
Yes.
And then just a mere 2 weeks later, bloody hell, we missed a lot, haven't we? On the 27th of February,
yes,
we got a Pokemon Direct.
Yes.
Now, we both knew what this was going in. We haven't spoken about it since this came out, which has been agony for myself. Before we start,
okay,
me and Owen, probably Owen more so than myself, me and Owen are, and have been since we were kids, massive Pokemon fans.
Correct.
You've played all the main lines, haven't you?
Yes, every main line, and
See, I've just stuck to the good ones.
nearly every what is it? Side game as well.
Really?
Yeah.
Nearly all
of
the
them.
Mystery Dungeon stuff.
Yeah, I played through all of those.
See, and I call myself a big fan just because I just play Pokemon Go. That was the for any of our listeners, is not accurate. Actually, but on that note, I thought Let's Go Eevee was a really good fresh take on it. Anyway, new Pokemon game. Would you like to explain this, seeing as you're the master of this one?
Cool. It's Generation 8. We've been waiting for this for a while. Everybody wanted Let's Go to be Gen 8, but it wasn't. And actually, as you've said previously, it was a nice refresh to the system. A few new aspects that were good for a Pikachu remake. But yeah, we've got Gen 8 now. It's confirmed to be based on the United Kingdom, which is very cool for us, because that's where we live.
I didn't know that.
Did you not?
No.
Right, so this will be the part where the pictures should come up, and it will be very useful.
I couldn't find pictures. I'm looking at the video.
Cool. Cool. So if you have a look at... So it was always rumoured it was going to be the UK that it was based off of.
Oh, I see it in the farmland and stuff
But
now, yeah.
So what you're probably doing is you're looking at the photo and going, that doesn't make any sense, because all of the city is up in the north and all of the country is down in the south. You
Right.
just flip it around. That looks a little bit more like the UK, doesn't it?
Oh, it does actually.
Yeah.
I don't think anybody was overthinking that but you, though.
No, yeah, you're right. But it just makes sense geographically, because then that makes sense for where Big Ben and the...
Yeah.
Yeah, it just makes sense that way. And the name as well, Sword and Shield, medieval times. That's us.
Yeah, I mean, if it's upside down, maybe that means it's secretly set in Australia.
For God's sake.
What is that actually happened?
Of course it happened. I think this is a reflection of how just
Oh my god!
dark we've become.
Oh my
A
god!
lot of
Quiet.
I find me funny, okay?
I'm glad you do.
So let's not pussyfoot around. Let's talk about the stars.
Go on then. What do you think? What are you going for?
I like all of them.
Yes.
I think they're some of the best starters they've had in years.
Great designs.
I think the only one that competes with them maybe would be Froki in recent generations.
Yeah.
That's not that recent anymore. Do you have a favourite?
Oh,
I've been waiting to talk to you about this.
it's not fair. I've always picked the fire, but apart from, what gen was it? Gen 6, which was when Froki was around, because Fennekin wasn't all that interesting for me. But I think so. It's either. Okay, yeah, no, I don't know. I would probably go with Score Bunny.
Really?
But I really like the design of Grookey and also Sobble.
You made my decision so much harder. Right, so I'm almost always water.
Right.
And I really like the design of Sobble. However, I can't remember his name. It's the green guy.
Grookey.
Grookey also looks like a boss.
Yeah.
And I also think...
His final evolution should be sick.
I think it's going to be a gorilla.
Yeah, no, it will be.
Yeah. And I don't know. I don't know what to... I mean... We can't... We'll buy both copies and get all three, won't we?
I will be buying both copies. Yeah, no. Great designs. Very solid. But as per usual, there have been people complaining about it, but that's the same people that have been complaining.
I think Score Bunny's quite weak. Of the three, I think it's probably the weakest design.
It's probably one of the easiest designs to go for. And it also, I think Score Bunny makes the most sense for the UK, because it's a hare. Let's be real. But Sobble is a lizard, not very UK-y, and a chimp.
I got nothing.
No, exactly, though.
Have you heard people have theorised that Score Bunny might be a fire electric type?
That would be interesting.
And Sobble's potentially going to be a water dark or...
Dark would make sense.
Yeah, and I would assume ground.
Yeah.
With, grass ground.
I think that's a fair assumption.
But I think Score Bunny's probably not going to be fire electric. I think that's too OP.
Yeah.
Because water type's no longer an issue. I think he's more likely to be... he might be fire normal, you know.
Possibly.
It would surprise me. Or maybe fairy. Depends where that goes.
Yeah, they haven't really done a lot with fairy recently, have they?
I've never really leaned towards it, to be honest with you.
Anyway, what else is there to discuss about this?
I want to talk about how... I mean, the art style's really good, quite similar to Let's Go.
Yes.
Why are there not Pokemon walking around the grass like there was Let's Go?
I don't know.
Because I thought this is a good mechanic, they should keep that. Because then you're not constantly bumping into battles you don't want to be in.
To be honest, I wasn't really looking for that in the trailer, so maybe it just didn't come up. If it hasn't...
You see them walk through grass and there's no Pokemon there and then a battle comes up.
You're kidding.
Yeah.
That's a bit of a bummer.
I mean, I'm not that bothered, but I thought the Let's Go Eevee way was better.
Then again, did they have a partner Pokemon following you? Because I think that's a downgrade as well, but I said that straight after Heart Gold, Soul Silver. Because that's...
Ooh.
Having a partner following you just adds to the...
Feel. So I suppose maybe they just haven't included it so that, like...
Might just be another reveal.
Maybe they don't want all the sprites getting out there and stuff.
Yeah.
But, actually, yeah, no, that makes sense. Because also it's a new region, so like when it went into the battle, you saw him fighting Pikachu, but it's likely that if they did show the Pokemon walking around the grass, it will be a load of new Pokemon. They don't want to reveal them yet.
Yeah.
So that might be the case. Either way, we're jumping in. What was the release date?
It should be October this year, I think. It's
Okay.
either October or November. But worldwide release, means nobody's getting it before the other.
I remember now because I remember looking for the release date going, I really hope it comes out before we go travelling.
Oh yeah, it should. Yeah, will do.
No, it won't. We go travelling in the summer.
Yeah, releases in October, November. Pokemon.
Yeah, we go travelling this summer.
Yes, and October, November is after the summer.
But I want it to be before.
Oh right.
So that we could
you want
play it on the
before?
trains. We're interrailing.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah. No. Pokemon's always been a release in autumn. It's one of the biggest Christmas sellers for Nintendo.
Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah.
So it just makes sense for them. But yeah, no, we're not going to be able to play it while travelling. But then again, the Switch battery isn't made really for travelling that sort of distance.
This might make me jump in on Nintendo Live as well.
Yes.
So that we can trade mainly without having to go to each other's houses.
There's a few games that would make me jump onto it, to be honest. Mario Maker being one of them, because you can't really share your levels unless you have online.
Hold on. I've just remembered something.
Okay.
That Tetris game
Yes.
is free if you've got Nintendo Live.
Oh, right.
That's, yeah. Yes. So when we were discussing prices. So, clever. That might make me jump in. Yeah. Yeah.
Anything else for... I like the design of the region. It's not geographically correct, if that's what... So they are going for the UK. It's not geographically correct. They've missed out Ireland.
There's not enough pubs.
Wales isn't really there. Well, it kind of is, but it's... All of it is Snowdon.
That's the only bit I know.
And but yeah, it looks great. I like what they've done with it. Really looking forward to the next trailer that we'll be getting, which will probably be in the summer.
Yeah, I think this is probably going to be the best Pokemon game released in ages. And it's on a mainline console.
Which is nice.
Finally.
Yes.
Did you see in the announcement? He said, like, this is the first Pokemon game we've released since the GameCube over 10 years ago. And it was like, yeah, but that's your fault. You can't act like that's an achievement.
Nah, that's fair enough. That one... So I have a feeling that Game Freak probably got the memo from Nintendo that they wanted them to just do handheld games.
Really?
Yeah, because that was the last one done by Game Freak on a home console. I'm trying to remember what it was. It Gale of Darkness or something like that?
No idea.
I think that was the last one they did. That was the last open world Pokemon game on a console. But since then, all of the other ones, all of the spin-offs have been done by other people that have been on. So like...
yeah, like Pocket and stuff like that.
Yeah, Pikachu Park or whatever it is, Pokemon Park. I can't remember.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, though?
I do, yeah.
Because it is basically Pikachu Park.
It's ridiculous.
My favourite Pikachu.
Yeah, no. I think we're finishing up on that, aren't we?
Yeah.
I would just like to say before, obviously some other Nintendo news came out very recently.
Yes.
Mr. Reggie, president of Nintendo America, is retiring.
Very sad.
And who's taking over?
Bowser!
Yeah, but that's not the problem. The problem is he was director of bloody EA.
Oh, was he?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yes. Everyone's focusing on the Bowser thing. He's coming over from EA. Dear God.
Let's be real, though. Doesn't matter all that much, because he's director of America, whereas all of the main business decisions are done in Japan.
Yeah, I'm just... If I start getting loot boxes in my Pokemon games, I swear to God, I will kick off a right storm.
I think we'll be alright. Nintendo's never been that sort of brand. I don't think he has enough power to veer them in that direction.
Yeah,
I hope he doesn't.
He's got the name of a villain, man. You never know.
I love Reggie as well. Reggie Fils-Aimé. Our Lord and Saviour.
I prefer the Japanese guys I can't understand.
Fair enough.
Yeah,
they always give us the stuff that we want to hear.
Yeah. We get so excited.
Anyway.
Okay, so I think we're done with the Nintendo bit.
Yes.
So we're going to be talking about Umbrella Academy now.
The Umbrella Academy.
We're going to go into non-spoilers first.
Yes.
And I'm going to try my hardest not to screw it like I did last week. And then we'll go into spoilers at the end. So, we've both watched it in the recent weeks. It's probably about 3 weeks old now.
Yeah. But yeah, that's still pretty recent for, Netflix.
Yeah. So, Owen,
Yes.
good or bad?
Right, okay. I know your opinion on it, I think, based on like something that you said.
I've got a complicated opinion.
Right, I think it's got potential. I don't think so. I think the budget they had for it wasn't enough, and it has so much potential for the next season to be good. I wouldn't say that the first season was great. I love the source material it comes from.
Have you read it?
Yes. So funny thing, the Umbrella Academy was actually written by is it Jared Way? I think that's his name. One of the singers.
Gerard Way and Gabriel Ba.
Yes, Jared Way, the singer in My Chemical Romance.
No.
Yes, that's the thing that.
Isn't he in it as well?
I don't know. He might be, but so this is something that he wrote.
Oh, fair enough.
Which makes I think makes quite a lot of sense. Yeah. It's so weird so what they've done for the first season, I'm not going to spoil it straight away, but they haven't stuck to the source material quite. And the problem is that they haven't done enough. So there's not enough issues of the comic to be out yet for them to really go in a lot of directions with it. I feel like it was rushed a bit. The idea is great. I like it, but it could be better. That's my opinion.
Yeah. So for context, it's about 7 kids that were all born on the same day magically. Like people weren't pregnant, and then they were pregnant, and then these kids were born. This billionaire went around, bought 7 of the kids. There was supposed to be more of them that was born on that day.
I think it was 43.
Yeah, that'll be a plot point in season 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, he bought a load of them. They lived with him, and then they grew up. And it's not a spoiler because it happens in the first episode. The guy that raised them dies, and they all get brought back together. Turns out they're all a bit messed up and weird in their own different ways, and you can't quite work out what all their powers are at first.
Yeah.
And then it turns out 2 of them are missing. They don't explain why, at least at the beginning. They are. Did they ever explain why?
To both of them or to one of them? It kind of. We'll get onto that next.
Yeah.
But the bit that you've glossed over quite a lot is so they all have these powers, and Reginald Hargreaves raises them to be basically superheroes.
Yeah.
A visual anti-justice, but everybody knows they do it.
And they all just stop because they hate him.
Yes.
Essentially. And then basically one of them comes back at the end of the first episode that went missing when he was a kid.
Same age.
Basically says they've got 8 days until the end of the world.
Yeah, so same age, looks exactly the same as he did before.
Yeah. So that's what the story is, without going into spoilers anyway.
Do you want to give your opinion and then we'll go into the spoilers?
I think we've got more to talk about before spoilers.
Okay,
but,
sure.
My general opinion... I did enjoy it. I did. But if I was going to critically write a review on this...
No, yeah.
It's a mess. It's not good.
Yeah.
I'm intrigued by it, and I think it's got, like you said, it's got so much potential. Like it's got that. I don't know if you watched Series of Unfortunate Events, the show.
Yeah.
It's got that style to it, but they didn't lean into the weirdness enough.
Yep.
And like, I thought the actors were good. Sometimes.
Did you? Yeah. My favourite part was when Dick on Tully.
Dick on Tarley. Yeah. Dick on Tarley plays Luther. Number 1.
I like how we swing this back round to Game of Thrones.
Yeah, and he was flat.
Oh yeah, he was.
He was so flat. There was no emotion in him.
Then again, didn't really have that much emotion in him in Game of Thrones, apart from when he went. Oh.
No, apart from people laughing at his name being Dickon. But yeah,
Dick on what?
Can I just say? So, and it's not much of a spoiler. Him and number 2, is she number 2?
I can't remember.
Him and the
Alison,
the one he was raised with, she's got powers as well. They get quite close and supposedly they've always been in love. I was so uncomfortable the whole time.
That's weird.
I was so uncomfortable. They've been raised as brother and sister, and it made me. I didn't like it.
Weird.
Yeah, I really didn't like it.
Even though you knew that they weren't biologically related. They still have the same last name.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I didn't. Oh, and first episode, opening bit, when he's walking them through the park. Okay, this has stuck with me since 2 weeks ago when I watched it.
Okay.
Right, okay. Reginald's walking back home from the park, and I think it's obviously some sort of just part of the art style, because there's only supposed to be one mum, and like the mum is the maid that like raises them, and she's walking the pram, but she's walking all 7 of them.
Yes.
So there's 7 mums. So it's obviously like just the way they've edited it together.
Mm-hmm.
And it was clearly just so that it looked good in a picture, and they probably put it in the trailer. I haven't checked. But they all come from different directions up to the front door. And I was just like, why? Like, that's not convenient. Why would they not have walked together? Because they were walking in a line beforehand, and now it didn't make any sense. It really bothered me. I want to talk about the actors a bit more as well. I'm trying to find their names. Hold on.
Sure.
I mean, I think there's a clear best actor in it, though, isn't there?
I hope you've got the same.
Klaus.
He is the best.
Robert Sheehan. Oh, actually, I'd say he was fighting for that spotlight.
With 5?
5, the kid, Aidan Gallagher.
He does very well.
Brilliant kid actor. He's from some like Disney show.
Yeah, he's like 12 or something. I'm not doing it as like an insult.
No,
that's really impressive.
He was storyboarding at age 8. How old is he now?
Jeez. Yeah, no.
Um,
What year was he 8? It might be one of those.
He's 5'4".
So he's
It's
taller
one of
than
those
you.
age, man. He's 14. He's a goodwill ambassador designated in the UN system already.
He's 14.
He's a genius, but
Jeez. Okay, fair enough.
yeah, brilliant actor.
He was very good.
Yeah.
One of the strongest. He was probably the strongest performance.
I think he'll probably come out of this show with the most work. As
Yes.
well.
I can agree with that.
I liked Hazel.
Yeah. Fair
I
enough.
thought he had the best arc in the show, actually.
Yes.
I
I can agree with that.
Cha was a bit weak.
Yeah.
Ellen Page.
Right. Okay. Should we get into spoilers now, or
Just before, she should have been better.
no? Yeah, agreed.
she should have been better, but
For someone who's already been in X-Men,
Juno
should have learnt from your mistakes.
Inception, yeah. Okay. Just quickly before we finish, I'd say it's worth your time.
Yes.
Because you don't have to pay for it, but I don't know. You'd be looking at like a 3 out of 5 from me.
Yeah, provided you have Netflix, definitely do it. And plus, you need to have the time. Each episode is an hour, or just under, or just over.
Mm-hmm.
So that's 10 episodes. That's 10 hours of your time.
Yeah.
Whereas like a regular series is usually like, I don't know, 30 minutes, maybe 40. And each one feels like a small movie, I'd say. And at points, I felt like it dragged.
Yeah.
So, yeah, if you've got the time, got Netflix, definitely go for it. I'll go for a 4 out of 5, just because of the potential of it.
Okay. So we're going to go into spoilers now. Those of you who are going to leave us here, because there's not going to be much else other than the spoilers for this and a bit extra at the end.
Yeah,
I will leave a time code for the bit at the end where we're just talking about what we talked about. Owen?
Umbrella Academy.
No, there was something we were going to talk about afterwards, just at the end.
Was that what we're going to do next time? Is that it?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So we were just gonna. I'll add a time code if you care about what we're gonna do next time. If not, hopefully see you next week. There are links in the description for all of our plugs. Thank you very much. And now we'll go into the sealed section. You've got 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So when they slit Alison's throat,
Yes.
I suddenly thought this is a really good show.
Yeah, and
But then they let her
revived
live.
I know, and she didn't even become a monkey person. What's the point of that? That's how they got Luther back to life.
Yeah.
I like how we hit the spot.
Bam! I honestly was like, holy shit.
No, yeah, great idea. I felt like there could have been some character development that
She
came
should've
from
died.
that, and she's one of the. So even in the comics, she's one of the weakest characters because of what her like power is. So she has a power. She's called the Rumor, and what she has to do is she said, "I heard a rumor that's you shot your mate in the foot," and then it shoots his mate in the foot. It just happens. In the comics, it's a little bit more powerful. It's like it could be, "Oh, I heard a rumor that your head exploded," and then for no reason, and for no godly reason, the head would explode. But it's a short range attack.
Yeah.
They have to be able to hear it, and now that she doesn't have any vocal cords, she's fucked.
I feel like it was more effective when she was a kid, because if a kid leans in to talk to you, you're more inclined to listen.
Yeah.
Like, but
Soft
everyone
spoken.
now knows she's a superhero as well. So it's
Exactly.
like everyone knows what your deal is, and she's a bitch for doing that to her daughter.
Yes.
Like, and she's in love with her brother.
Yes.
Like, her throat should have remained slit. Just for the record, Pogo,
Bit of a dick.
played by Adam Godley.
No, I had a look at that actually.
Yeah, I did know that.
Good casting, I think.
Yeah. What? So, why?
Usually in a show where somebody's got secrets, they usually do all the secrets all at once. There were probably about 3 times in this show where Pogo said, "This wasn't the last thing your father had kept a secret," and then he just came out of nowhere and just like spoiled some more stuff.
I was a little bit sad when he died, but I think it was because he was a monkey, not because he was a good character.
Correct. If animals die in shows, you're more likely to be sad.
I thought I was being really clever. Well, not that clever. I feel like he should have been the bad guy.
Pogo.
Yeah, like at the beginning, the way he was just like lurking every time they were having a conversation, the camera would pan up. And he's just like on a bookshelf listening, like something ridiculous. Like, Pogo, you're so clearly up to something.
Yeah.
Yeah, the one who played the mum. Really good.
Yeah, fair
I
enough.
thought. Is this her? Yeah, Jordan Claire Robbins.
Considering she's a robot in the show, I think they made it quite impactful when Diego had to basically kill her.
Yeah, so Diego I thought was good as well.
Yes.
He was just Nightwing.
No, yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
I'd say my only gripe with him, though, is that even though people were making very valid points that this is not... So his significant other dies. Spoiler, in the first season. And he starts going on like this revenge spree to try and kill Hazel and Cha-Cha, who are the people that killed her.
Yeah.
And at points, he'd get very valid information from other people and like, "Oh, you shouldn't do this for this reason. She probably won't want that." And then he continued doing it. It was like right at the end, maybe the second to last episode, they actually listened. And I think he got smacked over the head a little bit too hard by that glass, and that's why he actually finally gave in.
I didn't like Diego as a character at the start of the series. I thought he just kept kicking off at Luther.
Yes.
Like, it was just like, why are you being such a prick? And then by the end, I thought it was probably one of the best characters.
Yeah, I agree with that.
The whole Vietnam thing.
Oh, what did you think of it? Because
I don't know. I don't know if it was awful or kind of good.
Awful. I felt for him. I don't know why, though. Because he... How long did he spend in Vietnam? A year.
Yeah.
He fell in love. He died. Who he loved died.
I like that they didn't make a big thing that it was a guy.
That was... No, and it made sense as well.
Yeah.
So... I don't know. I thought it was great. And it actually... It flowed in quite well with some of the other stuff when they're in the club and he's like army crawling across the floor and everything.
Yeah, yeah. Oh my god, that scene though was ridiculous. Luther, when he looks like a big fucking ape man dancing around in the club. Oh, just...
And the fact that he supposedly got laid afterwards. I don't know how that works. I mean, I know he's big, but that amount of hair must be a turn-off.
I don't know, Aaron manages it.
He isn't that... Okay, fine.
I'm sorry, Aaron.
I don't know whether he should be offended for you basically calling him an ape man or just hairy.
Both.
Or that he can get some.
So what was his name? Was it the one that died?
Ben.
Right. Did they ever tell us how he died?
He died. No. So okay, this is spoilers for the comic at this point. And even then, they don't really go into that much detail. He died on a mission, and it was supposedly led by Luther, which is why he's... I don't know whether they portray it in the show all that well, but he takes a lot of guilt for the fact that Ben died. And he wasn't that young, but he wasn't that old either, which is why he looks like he's a 20-odd year old, as opposed to a 5 who looks 12. But I like what they did with him. Great contrast between Klaus and him.
Yeah.
Having having an inside thought in your head, but not being crazy at the same time, because it's actually is something that you can't control.
What they didn't explain, so they definitely didn't explain how he died, did they, in the show?
Ben, no.
No. Okay. Another thing they didn't explain is why. So Klaus can only see dead people.
Yes.
When he's sober.
Correct.
So why is he always seeing Ben?
Right.
Yeah. You could argue he's got like a closer link with him or something.
I guess so, yeah.
But seems like because the plot said so.
Yeah. No, I get what you mean. It's supposed to numb the senses, which is why you can't communicate with the dead.
Yeah.
But no, yeah, that's a valid point. They don't really ever explain why, but yeah, close connection.
Is he slowly bringing him back as well?
Back to life?
Yeah.
No. So, a lot of people think this. I've had a look at quite a few of the theories that come behind the show. So, as far as I'm aware, based on my knowledge of the comics and of the show, they're not going to bring him back because he's dead at the end of the day.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not so much said in the show. So they do actually go over it in Hargreaves' diary that Klaus had a lot of potential, untapped potential.
Mm-hmm.
In the comics, he's not just... what was the word if he can speak to the dead? I want to say like clairvoyance, but that's not the right word, is it?
There's probably something with necro in the title.
Yeah. So he can speak to the dead in the show, and that's the only power that they say he has. But in the comics, he is a full-on, basically, telekinetic being. So he can actually fly in the comic.
Oh.
He can float around, and that's the reason why, at the end of the show, again, spoilers, he's able to use Ben's powers in the final scene in the orchestra.
Yeah.
Because he's tapping into that and using his own telekinetic powers for that. That's basically him progressing at a very minor level.
Ben's powers made me laugh, man. What was that?
Do you know what his power is?
He's like some tentacle monster.
So the way that it works is he has a dimension in his stomach, and that's where the tentacles come out of.
Okay, I like that.
So
I kind of like that.
it's not so much that he is a tentacle man as he has like a pocket in his stomach that it comes out of.
Yeah.
To a different dimension where there's this sort of like Kraken being living.
I'm just scrolling down IMDb and it says, did you know
Yes.
the logo for the show appears in a different way in each show, such as an umbrella?
Yes.
Yes.
They show it off so easily.
Yes, you do.
That's one of them. They don't try to hide it. And it's in like really odd locations as well.
Yeah, I didn't like that much. People did like it because they said it was quite similar to comic panels, I heard, but...
That's fair enough.
Right. Something I do want to talk about, the music. A lot of people say it's great.
Interesting score. Some of it, great. Other parts, why?
Right. And I blame Suicide Squad for this.
Sure.
People... so often now, shows and films are just chucking in popular songs,
Yes.
whether they fit or otherwise.
Right.
And the main one that stuck out to me in
Top
Umbrella
load
Academy...
of Dancing in the Moonlight.
Oh, I forgot about that. I did forget about that.
That's the most like out of nowhere one, I think.
Yeah, no, I was thinking... When they did... was it Bohemian Rhapsody or was it Don't Stop Me Now? When he's fighting in the retail shop.
Don't Stop Me Now, I think.
Yeah, either way, didn't work.
Fair enough.
Didn't work at all. Like, it just didn't match the beats.
That's not the one that I was thinking of, but...
And And I thought it started strong because it was, particularly up until the second episode, the music was kind of like it was weird stuff, sort of my music.
Yeah.
And it was, I was digging it at first, but then it ruined it.
Interesting score. Some of it, great. Like they couldn't. On a couple, I don't think they could have got the songs better. But yeah, like you said, yeah, Don't Stop Me Now, way off. And Top Loader, really? Why you? I love the song. I love it.
I don't anymore. It's overplayed.
But why?
Yeah. Yeah.
And it was for the weird incest scene.
Ugh.
In fairness, so they're just dancing. I'll make it sound a lot worse than it actually is. But it is. It's the weird incestual relationship between Alison and Luther, which could have been... No. Whatever way you look at it, it can't be cute. It's just weird.
Let's talk about the overall ending then. So, a couple of things. One, obviously Seven had powers.
Yes.
Knew that from the second it started. Two, a boyfriend. What was his name?
Oh God. Yeah.
The weird violent guy.
I can't remember his name.
Where's he on here?
He's that one guy.
John Magra, Leonard Peabody. Or his real name was like Howard something. Wasn't
Yeah.
It? Second he walked into that flat, I looked at him and went, "You're a bad guy."
Yeah.
Not to mention, I was a bit disappointed. I thought he was going to be one of the other kids that wasn't adopted.
Yeah.
I figured it'd be one of the kids with powers.
And they
especially when they hinted at it. They had that, like, air flowing around looking in the loft and stuff.
And so I like what they did with his character in the sense that he basically thought he was one of the 43. If the 43 is even the correct number, I could be getting it completely wrong.
Mm-hmm.
But he mirrors a character in the comics called the Conductor.
Okay.
I think, who is basically the person who gets Ellen Page's character to join the dark side, or this orchestra of people who are going to cause the end of the world.
Okay.
But I thought it was all right.
I thought it was good. I think he had a weak ending and it wasn't his fault. I thought the actor was really good.
I almost think they should have saved the... So even though they already... So the idea was that it made them think that the end of the world wasn't going to happen. But I think the eyeball thing should have been more of a plot point as opposed to, it's just this guy who hasn't even ordered a random eye yet.
Yeah, more of a plot point, or not at all. I don't think you needed the eye.
No, yeah.
The whole thing was weird.
And then they just put it in and went, yeah, same pupil size, seems fine. Rip it back out, and then that's the end of it. Let's go get some margaritas.
Okay, so it was all for nothing. They lose. She still managed to destroy the planet, and they go back in time to try again.
Yes.
That's the ending.
Yeah, so they go back in time, and they're going to be their younger selves. That's the ending.
Interesting premise.
Yeah.
Don't make me watch 10 hours of content.
Yeah.
And give me nothing.
Correct.
I was sat there at the end thinking... Because there were elements of this show that had made it feel like work. And then they did that, and I was outraged. I was so annoyed, because they don't give us anything. There's no resolution whatsoever.
The thing is they must have been really sure that they're getting a season 2 to leave it like that, because I think even in the comics between each issue there is more than that given at the end, so that you at least have something like a cliffhanger to keep you going until the next thing comes out. Whereas that resolution is, we couldn't save the world, it's still going to explode, but let's go back in time, we're going to be younger now. Which I think if they do it different to the comics and they go back and they stay the same age and everything, then that really ruins a lot of the great character building that's already happened. Apart from 5, because it stays the same. But Klaus, you don't have that actor anymore.
Do you think there'll be younger versions of them?
I don't know. It depends how they go for it.
I feel like, particularly with Klaus, they won't replace the actor. They won't want to do that, because I think he and... I mean, the little lad doesn't matter. But I think the characters are probably the reason people are going to come back. Like even if you read the synopsis for White Violin, this is just a blurb so that you can find out if you want to listen to it.
Yeah.
So the last episode, as a lifetime of secrets and resentment bring the Umbrella Academy crashing down, the Hargreaves siblings realise the worst is still to come. So it even tells you, yeah, by the way, nothing's going to happen.
Yep.
That's, I would probably watch the other season. So that, I mean, I suppose it's done its job, but I was pissed off. What happens with Char Char and Hazel?
Right.
Char Char's knocked out somewhere.
Char Char. Yeah. So she ended up getting up in the end, and she died in the blaze at the end. But I need to rewatch it because I think Hazel and his lover, or whoever she was, the bird lady, donut bird lady, I think they had one of the suitcases because I think they booped away at the end.
Yeah, because he killed what's her face. Yeah, that was that. I thought there'd be a whole like standoff where someone stood there with a gun, just bang.
That was just the end of it. I think they travelled to a different point in time.
Okay, I liked Hazel. I was kind of into that whole thing as well, actually, to be honest with you.
Yep. Didn't feel that.
Despite the age difference, I didn't care.
No, yeah.
Okay, I've not got anything else to say really. I will watch the next season, and I would say it's worth a watch.
Yeah, even though it angered us in various ways, that doesn't necessarily detract from watching it. I think it's definitely it's an experience.
The good bits outweigh. So like the fight scene in the diner, at the beginning of or end of episode 2, I think it was. That was really good.
Yep.
It was like Nightcrawler rated R, I reckon. I heard someone say on another podcast.
Oh yeah.
And the scene that's in front of me now is when Char Char and Hazel get high in the lab and burn it.
That's really funny.
Yeah.
I like that scene. And actually, so when we were talking about the music, I think the music to that was very well done.
Yeah.
I have a feeling the song that I can't remember what it was, but I have a feeling it was well. Like the tune went in with what was actually going on. So.
Yeah. Okay.
So yeah, watch it if you have the time and you want something to do.
Yeah. So what are we going to do next week?
That's a question.
When's Miss Marvel out?
That's March, isn't it? Is that the 20-something? I have a feeling it's the end of this month.
Release date.
Captain Marvel.
27th of Feb.
Nice.
No.
Feb?
No, that's got to be the American release.
Yeah. UK release
8th of March.
8th of March.
So we'll do that next week.
Yeah, definitely.
Watch it this week. Hoping I'm going to be pleasantly surprised.
I hope so too.
But
well, I guess we can talk about it next week.
Yeah. And we'll work out some other things to discuss. I'm sure something else will come up. Plugs? You got anything?
Yeah, as per usual, my Instagram at OwenCheds, and then my YouTube, which is OwenCheds as well.
Yeah, Instagram at Ryan Wilson. I'm going to plug the band I mentioned earlier, The Young, their new song Cameraman. I'm going to put that link in the description. Definitely worth giving them a listen. They're going to blow up, and I want to be part of that. That'd be great. Yeah, I gave my Instagram already, didn't I?
I think so, yeah.
Mate, I'm ill.
Same.
So we've now got, obviously last week this was all very new, we've now got a YouTube and a SoundCloud. I can't remember the links off the top of my head, but they will be in the description below. YouTube, I insert some lovely images to go with our nattering.
Just a bit of context.
Yeah, SoundCloud you can turn off the screen. So yeah, you're probably better off listening to it through SoundCloud, but we don't get any view counts or anything on that, so whatever's best for you. Also, comment, preferably on YouTube. Tell us what you think, what you'd like to hear, the bits you prefer. We can read out any comments at the end of the episodes and stuff. Just questions, anything you'd like to hear our opinions on.
Do a bit of a reflection of the week before, see what people think.
Yeah, it'd be great to hear your opinions.
Some ideas of what we can do the next week as well, so we can cater it really to whoever watches.
Yeah, and let us know. Yeah, just let us know how you think we can improve, because we don't really know what we're doing. So, other than that, thank you for listening.
Yeah, cheers, guys.
I don't know how to stop this.
It's that one. Oh, I know. Do the...
That one?
Yeah.